Good evening from the Wavy Studios. I'm Aisha Tolliver.
And from the Wavy Digital Studio here, I'm Tom Shad. Welcome to our continuing coverage of election night in Virginia. The polls have just closed about 30 minutes ago across the Commonwealth. A lot to cover here, Aisha, so let's get right to it.
All right, Tom, say less. In the race for governor, we are now seeing 52% of the votes coming in for Abigail Spanberger and 47% for Winsome Earl Sears. And News Nation, our parent company, has called it already for Spanberger. So we definitely want to dig into that a little bit. And so we're going to have some analysis of that here coming up in just a minute. But we also want to zoom in on the race for lieutenant governor. The 50% was Ghazala Hashmi and 50% for John Reed. So that's with 6% of the votes in. And so far, things are really tight. No calls in that one at all. We'll continue to follow that closely throughout the rest of the night. And in the race for state attorney general in Virginia, which, as you've seen, has been surrounded by controversy because of texts by Democratic candidate Jay Jones, 52% right now, Jason Miyares, and 48% of Jay Jones with 6% of the votes in. So still a long way to go tonight. Too early to call, but that really is the one that so many people are focusing in on because of that shift when that controversy happened. We have team coverage of the major races in Virginia.
That's right. We're going to get things started with 10 on your side's Andy Fox live in Northern Virginia with the Republican candidate for governor, Winsome Earl Sears. And Andy, how are things looking there now, especially since the news that our parent company apparently called the race for Spanberger?
Yeah, and it's not really happy here. I mean, you can see right behind me, there's people standing around, but there's no jubilation or anything like that. We are at the National Convention Center in Leesburg in Loudoun County. No one is surprised by this. There was never one poll that showed her ahead. So we knew that this would likely be the end if it continues on the track that we are expecting it to take. She's behind in every poll. Not one poll showed her ahead. But this was her last night. And this is what's been lost about Winsome Earl Sears. This is her last night at Regent University. She was joined by Lieutenant Governor candidate John Reed, State Attorney General candidate Jason Miyares. In the event she loses, there will be a lot of Monday morning quarterback. What has been lost is this, that she is a lady of first, the first female lieutenant governor, the first woman of color to win statewide office. In 2001, she beat Delegate Billy Robinson. I was with her when she won that race, became the first female Republican in the General Assembly, the first Republican to represent a majority black House district, the first female veteran in the General Assembly, first naturalized citizen to serve in the General Assembly. That is what has been lost in this race. There was never, Tom and Aisha, a commercial that showed what just came out of my mouth, that showed her historic presence in the political landscape of Virginia. Now, what they say about political campaigns, a winning campaign has 1,000 fathers, a losing one, a lonely orphan. And what is happening right now is exactly what we thought would play out, as the polls were always showing Spanberger ahead by as much as 12, 13 points, maybe down to 7, 8 in some of them, but she was always ahead. This is no surprise. We'll have to continue to see how this plays out, but right now the mood here, very solemn, but I think that if you talk to anyone who's been following this race, will say this is exactly what we thought would happen. But they show up anyway because they love Winsome Earl Sears, and a lot of people do, and that's been lost in this race. And when she looks back on this, where were those things about showing me as being a historic figure in this political landscape that we call Virginia politics? Tom and Aisha, that is the latest from here, Tom and Aisha. The music's loud. People out here, not too loud. Back to you.
All right, thank you. Andy Fox reporting live at the Sears campaign News Nation decision desk, calling the race for Abigail Spanberger. 10 on your side's Chris Horn with the Spanberger campaign now in Richmond.
So Chris, Spanberger has been ahead in the polls for months at this point, and now with News Nation, our parent company, having called it, what is the vibe out there tonight?
Well, there's a lot of high morale right here and a lot of excitement, but this word about calling the race from News Nation, premature, at least for the people in here. There's been no victory lap There's been no appearance by Abigail Spanberger, so we're still a little bit wary of what the actual result will be. It's looking, of course, very encouraging for Abigail Spanberger, the Democrat. She served 3 terms in Congress. She was a CIA agent. She's lived in Virginia since she was 13 years old, and she just feels that service to country and service to the Commonwealth is a privilege that she wants to carry out. Turnout very good today. We're hearing from Jennifer McClellan, the representative from the 4th District. We're hearing from Don Scott, the Speaker of the House from Portsmouth. Both are telling us that turnout has been good. Now, turnout was high the last gubernatorial race, 55%. They think they can eclipse that. Right now, we're just in a wait-and-see situation.